Hey everybody, this is Jo. I'm here in Houston. I'm in Zone 9B, and this is the beginning of November, and I'm going to show you my front yard garden, but I'm going to start on the driveway. This is purple hyacinth bean vine. I've let it, I don't think I have any flowers left, just these amazing purple seed pods. How fun is that? And if you watched my videos before, you know I recommend this. It's an annual vine. It has massive seeds. It is like, your germination rate is like 1,000,000%, and it's perfect to grow with little kids if you have something for it to climb upon. So I highly recommend that. The other thing that is looking fantastic in my front yard is this. Look at this stand of shrimp plant, and there's a big fat bee right in the middle there. And I wasn't sure what this was going to do because we lost, you can see still the empty spot where the big tree was. It's always been in the shade, and it seems to be just fine in the sun. I always thought of it as a shade plant, but it's pretty spectacular. And then I have let the purple sweet potato vine just grow out. We're going to tear all of this non-native sort of invasive ground cover out, and so I'm fine with this covering it up, and even if it kills it a little bit, that's fine. Look, Mrs. Doubtfire has come. Hello, pumpkin. You gonna be a helper? You gonna be a little helper today? Hi, sweetie. Hi. And our friend Buttercup is up in the bedroom up there. He had surgery on his little eyelid so that it would not squint and get fur in his eye, and he's doing terrific. But he is on house arrest for a little while longer. We finally got some rain this week, the first rain we've had. I think I went over 50 days in the yard with no rain, and so things are looking great. Look at this gomphrena. It did not skip a beat. Look at this. I grew this from seed. It did not skip a beat the whole summer, the whole drought this fall. It has looked this fantastic. The one I like the color of best, this just fantastic raspberry red, has the skinny little leaves and kind of a goofy plant, easily broken off plant. This one has much bigger leaves and has had this. I have never deadheaded this the entire year. Not once, y'all, have I deadheaded this. So I highly recommend looking into getting some gomphrena. Then I've got a little bit of Greg's mistflower. I thought I had blue mistflower out here, but this is actually Greg's mistflower, and it is native to Texas, and you can tell the difference by the leaf shape. And this also will stay smaller, and it is a favorite of butterflies. And then here is some sweet, sweet little jewels of opar. Look at that tiny little flower. Isn't that wonderful? And all of its beautiful seed heads. Look at that. And then we've been pulling out a lot of things. I just planted some volunteer Texas rock rose in here to fill this in. So this will be big and pink. Here's the color. They've already closed up for the evening, but that's a nice bushy native plant that will fill that space in. And over here I had one just die, and I don't know why. So I'm replacing it with Salvia farinaceae, which is a little native purple salvia. And the other thing I have done, so I've put in a couple new ones, I have a few more, and I have trimmed things back very, very hard. It has been too hot, frankly, for me to trim anything like I would in the fall. And so last night I sort of went a little bit crazy. It was like Edward Scissorhands out here. And I cut back a lot of stuff, so it looks pretty ratty back here. But I have cut back this Texas rock rose. I cut it pretty short, trimmed it so that I can get some light to my beautiful coneflowers. Look at those. And there's coneflowers in here that were getting covered up. And then I trimmed back this wonderful Penta. Look how pretty. I just love this Penta. I trimmed the Penta back really hard. I've trimmed all of this is that blue Salvia farinacea, and I have trimmed it back really hard. I didn't trim this little chunk because it was so pretty. I couldn't bear to cut that last little bit off. And I'm trying to give some things some room. I've cut back and I've pulled some things out. Here I'm giving this Gora a chance to kind of fill in. I don't think it'll really bloom before next spring, but I'm giving it a chance to sort of look pretty. And then this is the Dwarf Barbados cherry. How fun is that to have a little cherry for birds to eat? Here's wonderful native milkweed, and I think I'm gonna put more milkweed right here. I just read an article that they have done some research on it and said that monarchs will lay more eggs on and land on a milkweed that is at the edge of your garden bed as opposed to in the middle. So like you see that there's a pot back there and that's full of milkweed, and I was going to put it back there, but now that I know that it's more likely to be used as a host plant if I plant it on the edge, I'm going to plant it out here somewhere. And then I cut back my dwarf Salvia leucantha. It had gotten ratty, but they always have new growth at the bottom, and I cut everything off. It was about 3 feet high. And then here's my one pretty native Texas pink muley grass. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know why. I had beautiful ones a couple of years ago, and then they all kind of pooped out. But look how lovely and pretty and fluffy that is. And the porterweed always looks good after a rain. And it's so massive, y'all. It's like 7 feet tall. And I've got a little pink Gora that's back in here, looking so pretty. And I like that little combination of pink Gora and the pink muley grass. And then here's just sort of various and sundry little zinnias. That is a globe basil. This is getting ready to bloom again. I cut it back very hard. That is a Salvia coccinea. I think that is going to be either coral nymph or a pink one, all pink, that just showed up in the yard. Here's more of this sweet little jewels of opar. And more milkweed, and look at that wonderful seed pod. I have collected just today, I have probably collected 1.25 cups of seeds. That was kind of fun. It's just a jungle back here, you guys. It has been a rough fall, and so there's a lot of bulbs back here. There's not a lot of flowers, but it's cooling off a little bit. Here's the Salvia Mystic Spires here. Here's what color it is. You can tell, oh my gosh, how dirty my hands are. And you can see I've trimmed it, and it's all coming back from the ground and sort of replenishing itself for the fall. And then this pot has desert willow in it, which is okay. It's not the best looking tree you've ever seen. It's got this beautiful sweet potato vine and this beautiful blue Cape plumbago. And I think that pot just looks pretty great. I love that. And here is Mutabilis rose, kind of doing its best out here. Getting a little rain. Here is a fragrant mist flower. I keep waiting to see queen butterflies on it. I did not know it would bloom in this kind of shade, but I think the drought has just denuded this Magnolia. And so it has allowed sun to get back in here, and I'm realizing like it's climbed up into the rose bushes, and it's a great old native plant. All right, come on, missus, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. More mist flower, and you can see, look how peaked. I mean, these trees should have they should have leaves on them, and this up here too. It's just it really doesn't have many leaves at all. This is Senna, which I planted as a butterfly host, and I think I've seen a flower on it, some random yellow flower, but it's really just shrubby, and it kind of blends in to this wonderful native wax myrtle. And then I've still got my peppers going. I picked an entire bowl of peppers. It's still sitting in my refrigerator. It's wonderful wax myrtle. And look, here are the little, I'm getting in the dark here. Here are the little berries that I planted that for the birds to eat. Well, I'm running out of light out here, but thanks for going on a little walk with me and looking at what 50 days of solid drought and a whole lot of cutting back and ripping out and a couple of days of rain will do you. And it'll be fun to see all of this puff back out. You know, these are the things I would have done in September if it hadn't been so hot. I'm going to show off my new door, blue door. I found these. I was saying goodbye, now I got distracted. These are plastic. It cost me $22. And then I've got a little native yopon in here. And then I really will end. It's in the dark out here, but look, I got a bee door knocker. How cute is that? Now I really will say goodbye. Thank you guys for looking. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.